Hi, I think we are live. Hello stream, hello world. This is the first English live stream, and yeah, it's as always we had some technical issues. That's why we are late, and for the same reason we can't see ourselves today. So it might be a little bit awkward with a pause thingy, and maybe we will be sitting around looking a little bit stupid before we talk. Just deal with it. That's how it is. And oh, there are already some people. Michael, what about German Pünktlichkeit? I am stinksauer. Yes, that's right. But it's not German stuff we are using here. The equipment is not German, so that's why there is no German Pünktlichkeit. Okay. But Lars is there as well and says everything is awesome until now. Great. And no, I'm not wearing a blue suit with feathers. Why would I? Why? Could you please explain yourself, Johan Moorman? Okay, but enough. I'm here with Jessica Homan. Jessica Homan is working at Shopware and agreed to join us today. Welcome, Jess.
Thanks a lot, Nicholas.
Yeah, and she's a little bit nervous. Usually you are behind the camera, right?
Yeah, and that's where I like to be. Yeah, not in front of it.
So the first question I noted down is, who are you? So who are you?
Yeah, okay. I'm Jessica. I've been working at Shopware for over 5 years. Yeah, I'm of all the ladies working at Shopware, I've been there the longest.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
That's a fun fact.
Well, not the longest. The wife of Stefan.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Yeah, okay, so second longest, next to the wife of Stefan Hamann.
Yeah, you're speaking very good English. Why?
Well, surprise! I'm not German. I come from the United States. Yeah.
Oh, that's a long way to travel each morning.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so you're living in Germany as well.
Yeah, so I've been living here since 5.5 years. Well, I came here to work for Shopware, so my entire German experience is connected with Shopware.
So it's a great experience.
Yeah, of course I'm still here. If it weren't so great, I would be gone.
Wait, no, it's a normal experience. Last time after the live stream, someone from the community told me, "Oh, hi Shayim, big beard, bird. Oh, way, no, yeah, big beard, big bird. Okay, maybe I said that wrong. I'm not sure. Hi Sebastian. Blame the Chinese. Yes, we do. Last time after the live stream, someone from the community told me that we are too positive about Shopware, actually. So we have to say stuff about Shopware that is bad. So it's a normal experience at Shopware.
Wait, someone said we're too positive about our own company?
Yes.
Like, in which way should we be negative?
I'm not sure, but he said it was like watching a commercial.
Oh, at the live stream?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So we are not doing a commercial here. Just saying. Okay.
That's an interesting comment. How should we be negative about, I mean, if we're happy with Shopware, then we're happy with Shopware. We're not looking for negative things to say.
No, we are not. I mean, in our day-to-day business, of course, there are annoying things, but we all, or most of us, worked at other companies before, so we have a comparison. And the people at Shopware generally are very fond of Shopware.
You know, I disagree with this comment. I think that we're choosing to focus on the positive aspects of Shopware.
Yes.
Maybe that was his outlook on life. That's a reflection of his own being.
That could be. I didn't remember, or I don't remember who that was, but maybe that person is watching. Is it coincident that we see a woman in live stream on World Frauentag? Actually, it is.
It is a coincidence.
Yes. The date of the live stream is today because I was out sick for 2 weeks, and the live stream was planned for the 1st of March, and we had to put it back. Postpone it. Thank you. That's why she's here, you know, to throw words at me. And yeah, that's it. And you are here because you're the American girl, and
yeah, we're doing an English live stream, so I'm the obvious choice.
Yes.
Here.
How good is your German?
It's okay. Yeah, it's a bit funny because I learned German just by like mostly having conversations with you Germans at Shopware. So it's very funny. It's a weird quality of German. Like I get my point across, but it's never
So
grammatically
you
correct.
say learning German at Shopware is awkward because we are awkward German speakers?
No, it's just because I don't have like the basics of German, you know?
Okay.
Like the grammatical basics. And so I just kind of speak without thinking about proper sentence structure, because I also don't know
how
how to...
we learn German as well as children.
Yeah. But I don't have a
course.
baby brain. If I had a baby brain, it would be so much easier to learn German.
Yes, yeah, baby brain. Okay.
They're malleable. They collect more information.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a brain guy, but I know what you mean. Okay.
But I can speak German, yeah. We could also do this in German. Disappoint everyone out there.
Okay, then. So you are from the US, and you were, I don't know, it was a cold call. Someone just rang and said, "Hey, we are a German company. Come over."
Yeah, like a very prestigious talent scout found me.
Really?
And then paid a lot of money for me to come over. No, that's not how it went.
I thought so. I have a different story in mind, although I'm not quite sure how it went.
Yeah, I think, like, especially when we're at conferences and people meet me and they're always wondering, but why are you here as an American at Shopware? And it's always fun to tell them, you know, the real story, because it's totally unprofessional. Before I came to Shopware, I was working in film production in Los Angeles, and then I went on a backpacking trip through Europe, and I was in Munich for Starkbierzeit, in the season of strongly, or like, I don't know, just to drink some beer in Munich.
Do we have some Bavarian viewers that know Stockbierzeit?
It's in March.
It's in March.
Yeah, so I met Shopware 6 years ago. Yeah, and so I was in Munich for Starkbierzeit, and coincidentally, it was also Internet World, this e-commerce fair, and 4 Shopware guys were there. And I was on the street, and then these 4 Shopware guys came up to a friend of mine and we got to chit-chatting, and then we went and drank some beer together. Yeah, and I thought that would be it. Like when you're traveling, you just sort of meet people, and then like nice to have this fun drunken experience with you, but see you never. But no friends. This one little moment on the street completely changed my life, because when I was back in Los Angeles, I got in contact with the Shopware guys again. And the conversation just basically evolved into me coming here to Germany and helping internationalize the company. So,
oh, that's great. So you're internationalizing the company.
yeah, like I'm one part of it. At the beginning, it was a very interesting experience because even the software was mostly in German.
Yeah, some parts of it are until this very day. Actually, the second part of the live stream, just to tell you that, will be about translations in Shopware, except of the first 7 minutes as we were. Yeah, the who are you part is over now. What are you doing here?
Yeah, so
Girl, huh?
yeah, I'm creating mostly video content at Shopware now. I wasn't always doing video content at Shopware. It was at the beginning doing a lot of translation and then creating original written English content for blogs and newsletters. And yeah, I guess we saw the potential of how video could help Shopware, and yeah, I sort of fit into that role with my skill set. And so now
someone told me you were working even with Michael Bay.
I did a but this was in the past. I did a Victoria's Secret commercial, and Michael Bay was the director.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Exploding panties?
Yeah, I guess so. It was like I don't know.
Okay, but okay, you worked with the big guys. Great. Now, why does a software company need a video team? So, I mean, we are creating Shopware. We are not Hollywood.
Yes. Well, I mean, you could think of us as a company in a rowboat. That's a cute analogy. You know, the software developers are rowing their own part, but if it were only the software developers, we'd be going in circles. So as a company, we all have our little rows. We're going together. And so we have the marketing team, and
did you prepare that analogy?
No, it just came into my mind, even though I'm so nervous.
But impressive. So yeah, you're part of the marketing team, yes.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, video can be utilized in so many very positive ways for the company. And, you know, Shopware is not a physical product. So I think that, like, if we had a physical product, it would be, I know, that's not, Yeah, it's a little bit abstract and difficult to explain, and video is a really nice way to bring people into our company and our services and our product line.
So it's something to make shopware more real,
Yeah, I
apart
suppose
from the
so.
software.
Yeah, or accessible.
Yeah, actually that's something I'm trying with the live stream as well to, apart from doing technical stuff like with Jan, showing the people out there that we are human.
We are.
I think we could just end the live stream here.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, everyone.
You think video content is going to be more important than other content, or as other content, is Joanne asking?
Well, I think that like written content, like written text, that always has its time and place and function. But I think that video, I don't know, they just sort of heighten each other, like, or to amplify the purpose.
What kind of videos are you creating? I mean, we're talking about video in general, and everyone who's watching the live stream know what a video is. But there are different types of videos, like interview stuff and commercial stuff. I know then we have this SCD stuff going on there. I think you're doing SCD videos.
Yeah.
But that's only once a year.
Like, no, I don't think that video is particularly more important. I think it's a much more accessible form of content. Like, it's much more shareable. And I think for people trying to get in contact with Shopware, like for the first time, that's a really nice way to learn about us. And
but what kind of video are you doing, except these SCD promo videos or stuff? Because when you say you're working at the marketing and you're doing video, it sounds like you're pumping out one commercial after the other.
No, I mean, we do, like, I don't know, I suppose you'd call it like long form video where we do interviews. And so when we do a case study, like we did, there's a written case study for Dorothy Schumacher, this fashion brand.
Is anyone out there who does not know what a case study is, then just ask in the chat.
Yeah, so we dig deep into the particular specifications of a project and what went wrong and why did they choose Shopware and now their successes. And so
that's a case study.
Yeah, a case study. And so we're looking at a particular customer project and we're writing about it. And then in addition to that, we also did a video case study, which, I mean, the written case study can go much more in depth about the project specs, but the video case study makes it more human. You know, you like see the actual company and the products, and it tells a nice story.
Okay. I actually had an idea. Currently we have this break slide. Most of you guys maybe know that, where there's this picture of, don't break it, where there's this picture of me, and maybe we can do a video like a room tour of Shopware, I thought. Maybe you can tell me in the chat what you think about that. What made the Shopware AG so much more interesting to you than anything else in your home country back then?
Yeah. Oh, interesting question. Well, at the time, I said before, I was working in film production. So I was working freelance and I was working for very, very interesting projects like Skittles and vitamin water, or like a Katy Perry perfume commercial. And it was a very fast-paced life, but also you're working like 16 hours a day and it's very exhausting. And I got this super crazy opportunity to move to Germany, and like,
which is like
from
so
LA,
far away.
From LA to Shoppingen. And I was like, I don't think that anyone else ever has done something like this. And so I thought it was just like such an insanely strange opportunity that I had to try it out. And if I don't know, if it didn't work out, I could always just go back to Los Angeles. So I
you
had
were
that security.
prepared to leave at any moment in the beginning.
Yeah, but I just kind of stuck around.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Okay. Oh, something I wrote down here is, I know we talked about that beforehand, but still, these, when you're doing video, you're cutting video as well, right?
Yes.
And you're doing After Effects stuff?
No, not really.
So you have a team?
We do have a team. Yeah, we have a video creations team, or a video team. And we're 3 people. We have a wonderful video Atsubi, Fabian. Yeah, and so
he's actually sitting in the next room.
He is. Yeah, and so he's like the After Effects master. And so anytime there's an animation, he's the one creating that.
Okay, but not all animations. The lower thirds. maybe we can show the lower third for Jessica again. Was done by the third guy, Sebastian.
Sebastian, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
who actually did the stuff here as well.
So
Okay.
we each have our own like specializations.
Your specialization is cutting stuff and doing the finishing, like color grading and things.
I'd say that's more Sebastian because he's like a trained photographer. Yeah, and so I mean, I guess for me, I really enjoy like being in an interview scenario, like interacting with people and filming, and then cutting it together. And I guess Sebastian takes over the color correction.
Okay.
Because he has an eye for that. I don't have an eye for like, hey, it's a little bit more green or yellow or something.
I am even red-green blind, a little bit.
Are you?
Yes, a lot of men are. Women not so much, but men, yes. And I'm as well, so that's sometimes
no color grading
awkward.
for you, sir.
No color grading for me. But there are tools to help me. There are. Okay, but when you're cutting stuff, you are not using these, but I know there are keyboards that are colored. They have the actual keys have different colors. Why?
Well, yeah, because when you're editing, you're mostly working with shortcuts. So you don't want to, like, every time you want to use a different tool in this program, you don't want to take a mouse and go find it and click it. Like, you can just press a shortcut. And so there are these standardized shortcuts in different programs like Premiere or Avid or something. Yeah, and it just facilitates the editing process. I don't know, like these editing programs you use, PHP Storm.
Yeah.
Aren't there certain tricks you guys can use and shortcuts?
Yeah, sure, we are using a load of shortcuts.
Yeah, so it's exactly like that. It's just like a tool to make life easier as a video editor.
Oh, the lower third was done by Fabi. Oh, nice. Okay, so guys in the chat, we need a PHP Storm colored keyboard.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Why aren't they selling these? Okay.
Well, I mean, it could be like, are you customizing your own shortcuts? Are they like standardized?
Well, I personally I do, because I grew up using another IDE, and I switched the complete key scheme to this other IDE.
Perhaps this is why there aren't these color-coded keyboards, because everyone's making their own shortcuts. And then you have to like rip up the keys and make them different colors, and that's exhausting.
It would be easier for me to learn the new key scheme if there was a color-coded keyboard.
I did this. I was usually using Final Cut Pro before, and now I'm using Premiere, and it just messes me up because I'm used to my old shortcuts.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a learning curve.
Maybe you should use a color-coded keyboard.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure how are we on time. Oh, we have like 10 minutes plus left.
Oh God, I have to keep talking.
Yeah. Well, no, when we are done talking, we call Jan and he has some technical stuff. But no code today.
Boo!
But some images. Yes, some images, yeah. Keyboard with changeable backlight. Johan, yes.
What's a backlight?
There are keyboards that have lit keys. There is an LED, an RGB LED below each key. And yeah, that's actually interesting. So we could find a keyboard where you can light up each key individually and then just create a light color scheme. Yeah.
So next to being a leading e-commerce platform, we can also be the world's leader in colorful keyboards.
Yes, that's great. It's not, but it's great. Okay, what gets you excited about your work?
It's.
I mean, you stayed in Germany, like half around the globe.
Yeah.
Something has to be exciting.
I guess it's sort of funny. At the beginning, when I was working for Shopware, I was in the partner relations team, like trying to convince Dutch agencies to use our software, and that's not what I studied. That's not what I'm trained to do. And over time, this position evolved into, really highlighting what my skill set is. And so I think that's really nice about working at Shopware. Sorry for being positive. Yeah, but now after 5.5 years of working here, I'm getting to do what I love to do, which is create video. And I think that the whole video department, it's still very young, and so we're still trying to figure out exactly how video can be utilized. Like, whether it's for employer marketing or like how-to videos or something.
Oh, that's a bad part. We are not completely done and finished and at the point where we want to be.
No, there's like a lot of ways that we need to figure out how video can be used, and I think that we're still at the very early stages of that. And yeah, it's cool to be a part of that.
Yeah. Oh,
And
by
get
the way,
some pet
I
things.
need a dedicated studio. Maybe you can give me one.
Yeah. Do you
From
hear that?
Russian.
We need a dedicated studio.
Ambikey. Raphael is saying Ambikey. Okay, this is great. Oh no, it's from Color Deluxe. The main problem with having a colored keyboard for IDEs are the different layouts and Mac to Linux Windows difference. Yes, sure, but I mean the Mac users are using these keyboard thingies anyway that are different.
I don't know.
You use a Mac, right?
Yeah, but are the keyboards different?
Yes, sure. Every time I'm on a Mac and I try to type an @ sign,
Oh, that's a tricky
I'm killing
one.
programs.
Yes.
I'm good at killing programs at Mac. I myself, I'm a Linux user, but we won't talk about religious questions today. Okay, so let's get to the actual content. What makes a shopware video a shopware video? Because in my or how I see it, when I see a video, I can tell that's a video from our company.
Yeah?
Usually, yes. I'm not sure why, but I can tell that. What makes a shopware video a shopware video? What, you know?
Oh, gosh. Like stylistically, I'm not quite sure. A shopware video, I mean, I'd say we don't have like this like color palette that we're working with, so you can immediately identify that's a shopware video. I guess it's just like the topics that it's addressing within the video.
No, I don't know. No, there's more to it. Maybe you can research that for the next English live stream. No, you won't be in every English live stream.
Oh gosh, this American Girl's back.
Yeah. Oh,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Jan is in like, I don't know, the second or third live stream. But yeah, maybe it's just because it's always from the same people and you have a certain style you're not even aware of.
Yeah. I mean,
Could be.
I like to make, like, if we make an event video or a case study, I like to make it more, I like to show people, you know, I like to make it a little bit more emotional. Like if it's a case study, I like to show nice sweeping shots of products or, yeah, I'm not really sure. I think it's just the style that I shoot and edit things perhaps.
Maybe, don't change it.
Okay.
Don't change it. The logo, yes. Oh, yeah, sure. The logo. It's the logo.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not what I meant. Yeah, and when we did the last SCD video, there were shots from above, you know, like flying shots.
The drone.
Yeah, the drone.
Yeah, well,
Do
that
you
that
have,
actually wasn't us. That was an external production company. They
Oh,
did that.
so you don't have a Drohnenführerschein?
I don't have a drone and Führerschein, no. But
Okay.
Fabian does, the video, Atsubi. I think Sebastian does as well.
And we have a Drohne, a drone.
We do
Sorry.
have a drone.
I just like to drop random German long words in English conversations like Drohnenführerschein.
Is that a real word, though?
Yes,
Really?
it is. Yes. It's, you know what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a drone driver's license.
Yes, right. And you just pull those words together and you have a new word. That's how German works, you know?
I think that here in Germany there are very tight specifications for flying a drone.
Yes.
I don't know how it is in the United States, but it seems like people just fly them whenever they want all the time.
Yes, but that has to do a lot with, you have a lot of space in the US.
I mean, also in New York City, people are flying drones. I don't know. I can't speak of the rules, you know?
Yeah.
I haven't been
you
an
mean
American since
Casey
5.5
Neistat?
years.
Casey Neistat,
Yeah,
this guy, yeah.
the YouTuber.
I never watched a video of him, but I know he's around.
I have a feeling he's flying drones in New York.
Yes. Okay, last thing. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Last topic is the international. Oh no, it's not the last. I missed one point. Actually, an important point.
Okay.
Because I want the people in the chat. Drohnenführerschein-Antragsstelle is from last. Last. Nice name.
Is that a real word?
It's a correct word.
That's
I'm not sure if
insane.
it exists, but
Look how long that
this is the place where you are getting your drone driver's license. And yeah, there are
That's
even
like the
longer
length
words.
of the alphabet. That's not respectable.
There are longer words. The advanced configurator of the Razer Black Widow Chroma allows you to configure each key individually the way you want.
You guys are really on this keyboard topic.
It's a dev
It
thing.
seems like a hot topic.
It's a dev thing, yeah. I mean, for me, it's more like the mouse is more important to me, not because I'm using the mouse a lot while working, but when I'm gaming, the mouse is important to me. So
I've always said that, while I'm gaming, mouse is definitely more important. I'm not a gamer. I'm so sorry. I made that up.
No, that's okay. But the typing, I don't know. I don't care about my keyboard that much. But usually between devs, keyboards are a thing. Yes. Yes, there are even keyboards that are completely blank with nothing printed on it, just to show off how much of a cool guy you are.
That seems like sick, Who would do that?
Well, people who are so good at typing and they memorize just the whole keyboard. They don't even need to look, These other plebs with their printed keyboards, this thing.
Have you ever even seen a computer?
Right. Yeah, that's it. And now they start talking about switches, because there are different switches for the keycaps. They have different pressure points, and it's science. Okay, but I want the people in the chat to take something from this interview.
Okay.
Or from this talk, or from this, call whatever you want it. What are the key points of a good video in general? What I mean by that is, if someone like Mario Schierhoff, he wants to film a video, and he maybe is not experienced, and he just whips out his phone and starts shooting, and afterwards he thinks, oh well, maybe I shouldn't have done this, or maybe Jess can have some tips for me.
Yeah, well, first thing Mario has to do is he has to go to film school and get a very expensive degree. Just kidding. I guess one would argue the most important part of a video is telling a compelling story, and I think the whole purpose of video is to give someone value. And so, like the technical specifications, that's not so important, but I mean, in order to tell a good story, of course, you have to pay attention to things like framing. You have to make sure if it's an interview, your interview partner, you have this field that you're able to work in, and you want your subject to be visible, and preferably.
Are you just saying if you want to film someone, make sure he's in the picture?
Yeah.
But you don't mean that by framing?
Yeah.
Or
like what they're looking at. This is a frame.
Yes. Oh. But I know that the video guys actually changed the frame compared to the last live stream, because of the headspace. It's here. This is the headspace. That was too large. So this is stuff you have to be aware of as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's also part of framing, like it's the rule of thirds. And so you can see how we are right now, like our bodies take up 2/3 of it. And so there's 1/3 left that's just empty space. And this is something that's just pleasing for us to look at.
Oh, so now I'm not pleasing anymore?
No, it's disgusting.
Oh, sorry.
Just kidding, no. But you can make a nice video with just your camera. I mean, if you're telling a nice story and you're making your subject visible.
So the viewers are more forgiving when the actual content is good.
Yeah.
So it's actually not important to use the best technical stuff available.
No way. Like you can make a really nice film on with very low budget equipment. Yeah, you don't need all these expensive things. Like, I mean, maybe a Drohnenführerschein is helpful in some ways, but you don't always need to have like this spectacular drone footage in your video to make it good. Like, it's just about telling a nice story for
focus
people.
on the video and watch some YouTube tutorials and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Won't be the best quality, but it would be.
You don't even have to. I don't know. You just start making stuff, and after a while, you refine like your video making abilities. And so, if you wanted to make a video, you just kind of make one and look for feedback from people.
Yeah. Sadly, we don't have the video from the first live stream promo right now. It would be fitting. Just do it.
always fitting.
You remember the first live stream promo
How
video?
could I
think
forget,
you
Nicholas?
cut it, yeah. Okay, so last thing, you're doing international content as well.
Yeah.
So you are a translator?
No. Well, I'm not. I guess now I am a translator. Yeah, but we're a company of now, I guess, 183 people. Is that the count? And I'm the only native English speaker, so I guess it kind of falls on my hands. Yeah, but
isn't that a lot of work?
It is a lot of work, yeah. But now, as video is getting more and more important, we're outsourcing a lot of these translations. But you really can't trust a translation agency to produce quality content every time, and so I'm doing all of the controlling. So
now you're a translation supervisor.
Yeah, I guess so. No.
Okay.
Yeah, managing the content and also doing a little bit of translation every now and then. But yeah, I enjoy all these aspects. Yeah, writing text is quite fun for me.
We don't have red cameras at Shopware, disappointing. No, but in the last live stream we had too much red in the camera. Huh? Okay, Jess, thank you for being here. Next up will be Jan Bücker. We will have a short break and then this face there changes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Farewell. See ya.
Hi, and we are back. At least I hope so, because I can't see it. But as promised, the face has changed. I think a lot of people know you already. Let me take a look at the chat. Shopware Livestream now with ads. Oh yes, that's right. There is a new Shopware Community Day coming up, and Shopware Livestream is sponsored by the Shopware AG. That's right. We're actually paying for this. It's not for free. But yeah, tickets for the SCD maybe. The guys, what is this in English? The regie guys maybe can post a link to the SCD ticket page, because we love to see you there. Actually, it will be great. This, if you never attended an SCD, this should be your first one, definitely. Okay. Anyway, most of people know you, but who are you? Jan Bücker.
Yes, that's my name. I'm still a developer at Shopware.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I've been here for 3.5 years by now. And I'm mostly working on the new technology we are working on since, I don't know, 2.5 years right now.
The new technology-ology. Sorry.
Yeah, and I guess I have something important to say. Or
yes, that's why I invited you, right. So a lot of people maybe know you, but might not recognize you. Because your lower face grew a lot. Did you lose a bet or something?
No, actually I didn't. Maybe I took the no shave November a bit too far.
Oh, okay. That's great. Oh yeah, there's the link in the chat, great. And Patrick, the English version. Nice. Thanks, Patrick. Okay, so it's just there because it doesn't stop growing on its own.
Yeah.
Okay.
I lost my hair cutter.
Oh, yeah.
Shaver. So.
Oh, you know what an awkward moment is? When a friend of yours that's looking like you asked for your razor and leaves the bathroom exactly as he got in.
Oh.
Awkward moment. Wingman incoming. Got your back.
Didn't you have a frame for cutting your beard?
Yes. I'm not sure if it's called frame, but I have a thing that you can lay down on your face and then you just cut along, and then this arc is perfect, and you can do this as well down here. It's pretty amazing, actually. Okay, that was a little bit hairy. Topic today, translations. I'm not sure how many international guests we have. I think we have a few. Topic is translations. There are some current pain points people are experiencing when they are using Shopware 5. Could you name a few?
I guess the main problem is that when you're trying to sell things in different countries, you might get a little problem with Shopware in the way, because if you configure one country, you're totally fine with taxes and pricing and other stuff. And if you start trying to sell things in other currencies and languages and have different products in different countries, you might get some problems with configuring it right. Like different prices for the same product in different currencies with different taxes and stuff. That's a bit of a problem.
So it works, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
I remember when you are translating categories, for example, you have to create a completely new category tree, stuff like that, or is that fixed in the
I guess
in the
that's
current version?
fixed.
That's
With
fixed.
5.4.
Okay,
maybe.
that's good. So when you're not on 5.4 and selling in multiple languages, and you still have a second category tree, update. Okay, but that's great to hear. So it's difficult, and can you translate anything, or is this in Shopware 5, or is this a little bit? Can you just translate certain things?
In Shopware 5? At least you can translate a lot of things. You can do your snippets, so the Textbausteine in German, snippets, the product name, description and stuff, and I guess some of the shopping words.
So that doesn't sound bad. Then what is better or different, or what's better and different in the new technology that you're developing?
The translation concept in Shopware 5 is that it's bound to a shop, a sub-shop and stuff like that. So if you want to create a new language for a product, you have to create a new shop, a sub-shop or a language shop, and do the translations there. It's always bound to this shop. So we took this approach and try to differentiate between a shop, what we now call a sales channel, and the product with translations. So the translations on the languages are no longer bound to the shop.
So that's an important concept there. When you are setting up a shopware with the new technology, like it is on the playground, but you can do this at home as well. So you're setting this up, the new technology, and what you're creating there is not a shop per se, but it is administration for product data and
You
content.
create content. You create content in different languages.
Yeah, but no, I'm not that far yet. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not at the point of translations. But right now, when you are installing Shopware, you are installing a shop that has a storefront and an admin, and that's it.
Yeah.
And with the new technology, you are rather installing an administration for multiple sales channels.
Yeah.
It's just the one point of truth you have there on your server or on the playground or wherever. There you are administering, wow, different word, difficult word. I'm losing my English here. Okay, so it's just the one single point of truth. Maybe it's just a database administration, so to say, and then you connect different sales channels to that.
Yeah, some kind of. We internally spoke like a code name of catalogs to fit everything into a catalog and take the catalogs and put it into sales channels. But that concept went away. We now have a rich database of products, other entities and stuff that are translatable and can be filtered through the sales channels.
Okay, so you have one big product catalog, and that is filtered and translated per sales channels. So I could have one sales channel that has multiple translations.
Yep.
Okay. And a sales channel, of course, can be, and most of the time will be, a storefront. Like an actual web shop.
Yeah, an actual web shop, yeah. But you can also do the API-only approach, like a headless e-commerce, or connect to an RP system.
Okay. But okay, there. So now it's translatable without having to set up a new shop or what it's then called sales channel.
Mhm.
Okay. How does that work? And how did it work until now from a technical perspective? So Shopware 5 is doing translation in what way?
In the
If-
database.
Yeah, but there is like one table translations and there's everything in it, or
No, there's a table for the entities we want to have translations for.
Mhm. Okay.
And on select, we are selecting the right one from the database and put it out.
Okay. And how is it done in the new? It's since 5.5 the translatable categories. Thanks, Hendrik.
Oh.
Okay. So update to 5.5. If you're just right now updating to 5.4 already, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it done with the new technology?
In the new technology, every entity can be translated if it's configured too. So most of the entities in the new technology are translatable. So you always have one main table for the non-translatable things to an entity and a translation table for just the translated things.
Well, let's talk shortly about this entity thingy. In my understanding, an entity is a representation of one or multiple database tables
Yep.
as an object.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are working in the new technology, we are working with entities. They consist of one or multiple tables as a representation of that. Hmm?
Yeah.
Okay, and now this has to be translatable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wait. Oh, we are getting to this. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
About plugins, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So this translation thingy, there is a translation table for every translatable table.
Exactly.
But that's how it was before, doesn't it?
Yeah, true. But we generalized the way translations are handled in the whole system, so they completely integrate and feel native to the system itself. It's not something that has been added over time, so it's completely thought out from the ground up.
So when I'm selecting, like, let's keep it simple,
Mm-hmm.
I'm selecting a product.
Yeah.
And how do I tell the system that I need this product in English language, or do I have to tell it, the system?
It depends. We have an inheritance of translations. When you first set up in the new technology, you've been asked to select a language. By default, it's English. And you always have to create a translation or content for this particular language.
Oh, by the way,
This
this
is
was an important thing there.
Yeah.
The default language is English.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a big difference because in Shopware 5 it was pretty much German.
Yeah, I think that was is one of the main problems of Shopware 5, that the internationalization part is quite tricky. With
Because it's
Shopware 5.
based on German.
Yeah, exactly. So with the new technology, we're trying to tackle this problem and be more international. So
Yes, sounds great.
it's absolutely good that the default language is English then.
Yeah. Okay, and this language, but you could use another language. You could
Yes.
use French.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and this language defines if a product or any entity is valid and complete. So I have to fill all fields in this language, otherwise the system won't save it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So we always have a absolute fallback to show you on an API or in a web shop.
So when other languages are set up, they can be just filled partially?
You can completely override it, but you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
There's always the fallback to the system default, yeah.
Okay. Now when I'm creating my language, let's say an agency is doing that and then they do stuff wrong for some reason and I want to switch it, the system language. Am I able to do this, or will I be able to do this?
Currently, this is not possible yet, because it's quite difficult to take an existing language and make it the system default. You have to do many checks with all your entities in the whole system to make sure everything is filled in, because every language you add to the system can be only partially available. So you have to do a lot of checks with the database. Maybe you can change it in batch with the database directly, but maybe we will provide you a good way to do this later on.
Yeah.
But for now, it's not possible to change the
Only
system
without validity checks directly
Yeah.
in the database,
Yeah.
which is something we don't want people to do.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I think you created a few images showing us.
The translation chain.
Do
So
you
how-
remember them?
It's a bit tricky because we don't have the second monitor to actually see the examples.
But we have a chat open with the guys that are in control here, so they can just tell me when the next image is shown. So could
Maybe
you
you can-
please switch to the code scene?
Maybe you can put it in the Slack thingy.
So
So
if you manage to do this, I'm not sure what regie is in English. I need Jess. Whatever. Oh wait, I have my
Okay.
sound on.
The first is on.
The first is on.
Okay. I try to remember what I wrote there. I guess it's a table where I have an example pencil. It's my pencil entity. And there's one line with the system default language, it's English. So the pencil is put in with a name and a color.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, nice.
Wait a moment, I have to crouch down here.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay.
So if you create your new pencil, you have to fill out the English base translation or base language. So you say the name is the best pencil and the color is blue. So
Okay.
every time you ask for that product, this pencil, you will get these values.
Yeah, sorry, I have to crouch around here. That's just limited.
Funny. Okay, so let's start with the second picture.
Yeah.
Second picture is coming.
Direction. Thank you, Dwayne.
Oh, Regie direction. Nice. So there's a second image. We now created a new language. This is in this case German.
Der beste Bleistift.
Der beste Bleistift. Exactly. So if we want to translate the pencil, we say, okay, we want to do this in German, and we add der beste Bleistift as a name and translate the color blue to blau.
Okay, so far I can follow, yes.
Okay, cool. Let's go on with the next one. And this is inherit from German. Now we have Swiss German, and
I want you to pronounce it.
Blaufer? I have no idea. I just googled Bleistift in Swiss German and got Blaufer and said, oh yeah, that's a good example to show the translation. So basically, there is an end here. We don't have 5, 6, 7 levels of translation inheritance.
So I can't do Austrian German now next.
Exactly, not extending the Swiss German. So you can have the system language, then another language, base language. We call it in this way base language German, and you can extend this one once for one level. So you can
One
do
level, but multiple times.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. You can do Austrian German too, and Swiss German too.
But both extend from German and not from
Exactly.
each other. Okay.
You know, you can not create a new language from Swiss German or Austrian German. So there's everything cut.
Wait. Pronounce der beste Bleistift.
Der beste Bleistift.
I'm not sure if this should be Bavarian, but you could have used Bavarian. I can speak.
Maybe I didn't found Bleistift in or
Maybe it's Bleistift as
pest
well,
or-
but weirdly pronounced.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Anyway,
So what the point is that we translated already blue to blau,
Mhm.
so we don't have to do this in Swiss German too, because it's always German, and it's just an accent. No, it's in real language.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a different version.
So it inherits from the German version. So we just partially create content specific for the language we are creating. In this case, Swiss German.
Mhm. So the idea behind this is that the base language are the real languages where are a lot of differences, like French and English.
Yeah.
And these second layer of languages is just for punctual difference to the main language, to the base language.
Yeah.
Okay. English people talk like this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I should have Jess say something in German, but I forgot. What a shame. Okay. Next image, I guess.
Yep. This is a special thing with products.
Oh, there are arrows. Arrows.
Arrows, yeah.
Oh, I lost my microphone.
So there is a tricky part with product variants. So in this case, we have a product.
But wait. This is not the same thing stacked down. This is a different thing we are seeing.
Oh yeah.
Here.
Oh sorry. Yeah. It's
Okay.
a different
A
example.
different
here.
visualization.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mhm.
So we are differentiate between the product variant if it's the main product or the variant product, and we just have one column to keep it simple. So the translation will be from bottom to top. So
the shop is shown actually in Swiss German.
Yep.
And we have a variant product. This is the most heavy pencil here.
Yeah.
And what are we looking up here? What are the arrows for?
So basically, you're requesting the shop or the variant product in Swiss German. So in this case, we already put der schwerste Blofer in as the name.
Mhm.
And if this weren't there, he would go up to the variant product of the German language. That would be der schwerste Bleistift. And then go up to the main product with the Swiss German, and then the German, and then the fallback of English. So we have a
so
5-level inheritance here.
So it switches around basically, because you have first it tries the variants in the correct order of the languages they are inherited in, then it tries the main product, but again in the order of the language inheritance.
Yes.
And if everything fails, we still have the system default language, and we know that there's something in there because you're forced to put something in there.
Exactly. Yeah. So you always have in your web shop a product name or title, description and stuff, but maybe not in the language you requested.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that sounds actually quite nice. Do we have another? I think we have another image.
Oh, that's for the plugin developers, how they
Oh,
do
okay.
translation.
Then we can switch back to the big scene.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Because we will get back to this in a moment. Sure, are we in time? Oh yeah, we don't have that much time left. Okay, so the new system and plugins. First, a short sentence about the plugins as well. They are basically Symfony components.
Yeah, they are bundles.
Bundles, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like to say that they are just normal bundles or a bunch of PHP classes that are fit into the core like the core does. So basically it's just a dynamic switch for switching bundles on and off via a database.
So every plugin in the future will be a core extension.
Yeah, exactly.
Write that down, people. Okay. That's great. So when I look up the core code to see how translation is done, or used in core bundles, then I can just use it the same in my plugin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Case closed. Thank you. No,
Bye.
let's have a few images on this. Could you please switch back to the code scene direction? Sounds weird, but okay.
Direction. Yeah.
Then the fallback of English. There's the Denglish. Yes, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. But we always make sure to have something put out and not an empty string. So if you have an H1 tag and there's nothing in, and you just have space and think, whoa, what the fuck is going on there? I want my product name here. So therefore they see fallback.
Yeah. The next image, please. So I don't know what yeah, that one. Okay. Now that looks a little bit like a database. Why are we showing this in when we're talking about plugins?
Because you have to do some things to make your own entities or tables translatable. In this case, we get back to our pencil example. So in the database, you have an ID, a name, a color, and a price.
Sorry, are we talking about a table called pencil?
Yes.
So this is just an example.
It's just an example. It has nothing to do with e-commerce. It's just for showing you the concept of taking things from one to another.
Okay, because when you show it like that, it could be that every product gets its own table. That's not the case.
No.
So, okay, pencil is a placeholder for some content that is not yet available in Shopware that you are adding as a plugin, and now you want this content in your database table to be translatable.
Yeah, maybe a bundle entity or something like that.
Okay, so
but this could also be a product entity, very slimmed down. So back to the topic. This is the pencil. It has an ID, name, color, and price. And we want to make the name and the color translatable, like in the table before.
Yes.
So at that state, it is not translatable yet. So we have to create a new table, like I said before.
Next image.
Sorry?
Next image.
Yeah, we can do the next image.
Next image, please.
So this is the pencil translation table, where we have a reference to our pencil and a language ID for the language we are writing it in. And we are now taking the columns name and color from the main table into the translation table. So the information from the pencil now goes away and just have an ID, the price, and a relation to all the translations available.
Question. Is this an automatic thing when a table with table name underscore translation is in the database? It's done?
No.
Okay. There's some code stuff, but we are not showing it here.
Exactly, because you can simply look it up in the current documentation we already have online. It's quite simple to do this. We have a base class, the entity definition. That's our base class for representing tables. And there's also a translation definition, which is exactly for this purpose. You then simply have to say, okay, this translation belongs to this entity, and everything should be set up.
Okay. Okay, so now, but you don't alter the pencil table. The fields are still there, name and color.
I hope you can see that it's a little bit grayed out, the name and the color. It shows that the pencil still have reference to the name and the color column. They are not actually there in the table anymore, but in our system they are linked like a pointer. So if you say I want to get the name of the pencil, you can do this on the main entity. So on the object you can say get name, and the core then works for you and gets the right translation and gives you the name back. So you don't have to do the pencil, give me the translation for this language and then give me the name of it.
So in the database you don't have this name and color thing as soon as you want to translate it. And the entity, the object you're working with still has these fields.
Yep.
I think there are getters and setters or something, And then there is some magic involved. And I just, how does it know which language I want? Is it from the context or Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're informed well. Yeah, there's the context. The context is an object that's passed through the whole system from the request until the storage engine. No, not the storage engine, the storage layer. And there is the information of the language chain which is requested. And the system, the core, makes sure to get the right translation and chaining we've seen in the tables before and give you the right results back. So there is some ID in there that says, okay, I want the Swiss German part, and tries to select this thing for you.
Okay. Great. I think we are out of time. If the people who are watching want to know more about translation, I think they can find it on docs.shopware.com. Okay. And yeah, the commercial in between was not just for the jokes. If you are coming to the community day, you are doing us and yourself a favor. So please come, drop by, and then you can touch his beard. Promised. Just ask him.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And we will see in the next live stream will be at April 5th. I think there will be an end card where it is printed out. Thank you for being here and have a great time.
Bye.
Goodbye.